Right. Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to this session of Yoga Nidra and harmonizing and healing ourselves, and with a specific focus on as we come up to the holiday season, which tends to be very busy for many people. I wanted to offer a practice that can offer some balance to the busyness that we might experience in life. So, before we dive into the practice and learn a little bit more about the practice, I wanted to mention just a little bit about Helix and and my role with Helix is that I am a teaching collaborator, and Helix is a wonderful um, coming together of some incredible people, um, both on the side of the teaching collaboration and of course our students who are interested in coming on board, and a wonderful diverse team that represents many aspects of wellness and with a focus on blending science and psychology and spiritual wisdom and um, I'm just checking my notes here, pardon me. But yes, it's this wonderful blend, and we create this deep holistic healing experience and training in it. And it's beyond conventional methods. So Helix fosters mental health and spiritual growth within a really vibrant community, which I'm also very excited to be a part of. Um, and seeing this this whole community grow and support each other. Um, so I am, as I mentioned, a teaching collaborator with Helix, and I am bringing uh, many years of holistic health and healing. Specifically, I've been deeply immersed in the yogic path, and we'll be bringing a lot of elements from yogic psychology into the program. And so I wanted to offer a little bit of a taster here of a practice that is one that I, in particular, am quite passionate about and inspired by, because it has so many beautiful little practices, woven into it, that are mindfulness practices that help us um, uh, explore our bodies, our felt sense awareness in our bodies. It helps us explore our breath, which supports our nervous system regulation. And beyond that, helps us explore our relationship to our emotions and our thoughts, and also our deeper essence, right down to our soul essence. What are we beyond our thoughts and our feelings and our in our physical bodies? And so, Yoga Nidra is a practice that is quite unique in the sense that it is a guided meditation that you receive in a super relaxed state. So one can even lie down to receive this. Typically, it's received in a pose called Shavasana, which is essentially just lying back, lying on our backs. And what makes this practice unique is that it is a guided meditation that takes us below the waking state of consciousness. So we're dropping down through the brain waves and coming into kind of a sleep state. And there's a lot that happens in these sub-waking states. And in a sense, it's an altered state of consciousness that we're invited into. And when the body is able to just release into these deeper, relaxed states, we can start to release tension on all levels, be it physical, emotional, mental, and rest more in in our essence. And when we can rest so deeply and the mind starts to quiet down, or we give our thoughts a little bit of a break, then the intelligence of the body can tend to what needs to be tended to, whether that's processing our emotions, whether it's detoxifying the body, whether it's just letting everything settle so that healing can occur. These are some of the effects of this practice. And if nothing else, just giving ourselves some deep rest can be really beneficial. And especially in this time of busyness, if we find ourselves super busy, then just giving ourselves a little break can help us feel recharged and rebooted, and and give ourselves the opportunity to also balance out if we're super stressed, if our nervous systems are overactive or hypervigilant, then we might not be sleeping well, we might not be tending to our tasks well because we're scattered and distracted. So when we can give ourselves these moments of personal time to just drop in and to give ourselves a really good rest, then it reboots everything on all levels. So we have more energy and more focus to give when we are awake, when we do have obligations and tasks to fulfill. And it also helps us with our sleep. So if we're getting some good adequate rest and we're dropping down through all the brainwave states and our body is recharged and rested, it actually also gives us the opportunity to go into proper sleep. So if you're suffering from any kind of insomnia or sleep disturbances, Yoga Nidra can be really useful for that as well. So it's a very wonderful practice that is also very adaptogenic, meaning that if you're out of balance in one way, the practice itself will help bring you back into balance. If you're out of balance in another way, it will help bring you back into balance. So in that sense, we don't even need to target anything or go in and try and fix something that feels off balance. We just drop into the practice and the body knows what to take care of. The body knows how to heal itself. So we're just allowing for that process to happen. And so in the another key part of this practice is just welcoming. It's welcoming the moment. It's welcoming what is arising and just letting ourselves notice the sensations that might arise through the practice when we feel like we're going into a deep state of relaxation. Sometimes things might bubble to the surface, like emotions can bubble up. Maybe tears come, maybe irritation comes, maybe memories of some circumstance in your life comes. And sometimes we might feel like we need to figure it out, or we need to analyze it or pull it apart. And what we're doing here is just giving ourselves the opportunity to just welcome what is coming, but not have to do anything about it. And the practice itself is very much a non-doing practice. So we're giving ourselves the opportunity to not do anything other than to just lie back, to receive the words as they wash over you. And sometimes you might experience yourself going to sleep, and don't worry if sleep comes. There's especially when we're very busy or we're stressed or taxed, then our bodies are not getting the rest that is needed. And so when the body is given an opportunity to just rest back, it might actually just take what it needs. And in that moment, it might be sleep. So allow this time together to be just as it is. So whether you find yourself, falling asleep, or whether you're able to follow the guidance, it's all good. It's all welcome. And you can trust that even if you are falling asleep, that a part of your consciousness is still taking in the words, is still taking in the guidance. It might not just be received through your cognitive mind, it will be received through your body, through deeper layers of your being. And that in and of itself is really valuable. And so in that way, you can trust that you're still receiving the benefits of the practice. So, yeah. I'm just going to see if there is anything else to mention. Yeah, I think we will ease into our practice. There is these classes are part of a series of other classes that are all part of our online community. So you can access these recordings again and again. And I'll mention this again at the end, but just wanted to let you know that if you fall asleep and you feel like you have missed the practice, then know that there is a recording of these practices that you can always come back to and practice again and again. So I just wanted to let you know that before we drop in. And yeah, so the way that you might set yourself up for this practice is that you can lie down on, be it a yoga mat or a mat on the ground. It might not be the best idea to lie down in bed, although that is something you can do, but the body associates sleep and beds. So you might be more likely to go to sleep if you're lying in your bed. And so if you want to actually just kind of surf the edge of remaining alert enough to take in the practice, I would suggest lying down on a nice flat surface that has a bit of cushion. You can also place some bolsters or some pillows underneath your knees. So you're going to be lying flat on your back, and you can put some pillows or bolsters under your knees. You can have a little flat cushion under your head, but I wouldn't recommend putting a cushion under your head that props your head up, because we want to really support the parasympathetic nervous system to settle. And sometimes when the head is propped up, we stay a little bit activated and we can't quite drop into that deeply restorative place. You might also want to have a little blanket nearby, depending where you are and how cold it is. The body temperature tends to drop when we go into yoga nidra. So even if you're feeling warm enough now, during the practice, you might experience your body temperature changing. And so having a blanket that you're covered up and you're cozied in with is a good idea. The other thing that you might consider is putting an eye pillow over your eyes, or even just a little towel that's rolled up, or a little sarong. And having that covering over the eyes just helps the attention move inward so that our senses aren't reaching out too much. Part of the restoration that we can receive is when our senses can be turned inward. So that also applies to our vision. But that is optional. So you can always keep your eyes uncovered, and you can even open your eyes during the practice if at any point you feel that you just need to orient back to your space. If you've gone a bit deep and you find that you need to center yourself again, then you can always come out of the practice at any point. I think those are some of the key points. So as I'm speaking here, you're getting nested. We call this the Nidra nest. And your Nidra nest is meant to be as comfortable as possible. You want to really support the comfort of your body. So having some cushions around you and underneath you and being covered up is very, very important and welcome part of the practice so that the body can completely release and relax. And I am going to offer you a yoga nidra practice from a particular method. There are multiple styles and methods of yoga nidra. And the way I like to think about these different styles and methods is that we enter into this state of consciousness that we call yoga nidra, this below the waking state. And this is where we drop into the brainwave states of below beta. We start to enter into alpha, theta, maybe even delta. And as we move into these deeper states, it's like we are in a different tour bus with each different method or school of yoga nidra, and we're touring this landscape that is the state of consciousness that is yoga nidra. So the tour bus that I am taking you on today is called I Am Yoga Nidra, the Amrit method. And so we're going to explore the state of yoga nidra through this particular method. So once you have settled in and you are fully comfortable, you've made all adjustments, you might even want to be sure that there isn't any bit of clothing crumpled up underneath you that could potentially become a little uncomfortable in, say, 15, 20 minutes. Our practice will likely be about a half-hour practice. Just make sure that you've got everything in order so that you can fully drop in. And then we will begin our yoga nidra. So welcome to this yoga nidra. Close your eyes and quiet your mind. Be still. Let go of all thoughts, worry, and tension. Give yourself fully to a higher power. Relax, trust, and let go. Now breathe in fully and exhale with a deep sigh. And again, breathe in fully and exhale with a deep sigh. Letting go even more. Feel a deep sense of contentment and peace in your heart. Now bring your body into awareness. Recognize your body has been a trusted vehicle, creating accomplishments and contributions to the best of its ability. Now it is time for your body to rest deeply. And become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Without effort, deepen the breath. Simply observe any areas where the breath feels restricted or absent. Allow your attention to float to the place most restricted or dense. perhaps even a place where you feel some physical pain or discomfort in your body. And fully observe the range of sensation. If you were to describe the sensations, what would you say? What does it feel like? And just be aware. Fully observing the range of sensations. Breathe into that place of sensation. Use the breath to be with what is there, not trying to make it go away. Just use the breath to hang out with it. Simply observe what you're aware of. And truly feel the sensation. If it has changed or moved, stay with it. Not trying to avoid any part of the experience. Let it be fully felt. As if to say, I'm willing to feel you. And give it full permission to be here. Experiencing without trying to change anything. It just is. Simply observe what you're aware of now. Create space for what's there. Don't resist what you're feeling. Make no effort to control or change it. Being soft, spacious, and at ease. Make space for it all to be here, as if to say, it's okay that you're here. And simply observe what you are aware of now. And if the sensation moves or changes, follow it patiently, easefully. Stay with the process. Be present, interested, and curious about what you're feeling. And if you feel yourself moving into avoidance, breathe. Come back to an openness to what you're feeling. And notice what happens in your body as you remain present, relaxed, and connected. Continue to use your breath and attention to be with all that is here. Make space for it all to be here. It just needs to be acknowledged. Remove yourself from any tendency to control or resist, and just let yourself be as it is without it needing to be any different. And drop below whatever is happening to a space of silence. Whether the sensation has shifted or not, allow integration to happen with where you are now. And as we enter further into Yoga Nidra, any releases, shifts, and changes that need to take place will happen spontaneously and effortlessly without you needing to do anything about it. Now it is time for your body to rest deeply. Let go of any need to make anything happen. And now follow my guidance as we take 3 deep breaths. Ready? Let's inhale together. Hold the breath in, closing off the throat. And when prompted by the inner urging of the body, release the breath slow and steady. And breathe normally. And the second breath now. Inhale together. Hold the breath in, closing off the throat, allowing some tension to build, holding a little bit longer without struggle. And when prompted by your own body, release fully, expelling from the body whatever it no longer needs. Deep-seated tensions leaving your body with the breath. Breathing normally. And then preparing for the third breath, inhaling together. Hold the breath in, closing off the throat, holding even longer now, but without strain. And then when prompted, release the breath. Breathing it all out, letting it all go until there is nothing left, until you are empty and open. And breathe normally. Simply allow the breath to rise and fall in its own rhythm. The breath becoming progressively quieter and more still until it is almost impossible to detect. And feel yourself descending down into the stillness beneath the mind. Feel what is present without labels or comments. Feeling more, thinking less. Feel a deep sense of stillness expanding everywhere. Allow the commentary of the mind to dissolve into sensation. The more you can focus on your feeling, the stronger and clearer it will become. And as you enter this next phase of Yoga Nidra, remain as motionless as possible. If you need to move or make an adjustment, do so mindfully and return to stillness as soon as you're able. Resolve to remain awake, staying in touch with the sound of my voice. Allow your entire body to respond to my words directly and non-mentally. Allow any disturbances, external and internal, to draw you more deeply within. Now shift from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Do absolutely nothing from now on. Simply relax. Now become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Relax and observe the breath. Notice if the breath is fast or slow, deep or shallow. Whatever is happening, simply relax and witness the breath. And gently deepen your inhalations and exhalations. Stay connected to every breath in and every breath out. As you inhale, know that you are inhaling. And as you exhale, know that you are exhaling. Now we will inhale and exhale to a count of 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own, counting silently. Find your own rhythm, soft and easy. Release any struggle to make anything happen. If any thoughts come into your mind, simply bring your attention back to the count. Belly rising as you inhale. belly falling as you exhale. Feeling yourself becoming more relaxed and peaceful with each breath. Breath becoming longer, slower, and deeper. Tranquility, stillness, and peace washing over you with each outgoing breath. And now breathe normally. Observe the breath becoming very quiet and still, almost non-existent. Let the breath breathe itself. Sink down into the silence beneath the mind. Let go of any effort to make anything happen. Drop into that silent space where all doing stops. Enter an effortless state of being. Now bring the sensation of cold to each body part that I name. Maintain detached awareness. Sense both feet icy, wet. Both knees biting cold, piercing the skin. Thighs and hips ice cold, penetrating, wet. Abdomen, chest, and back chilled to the very bone. Shoulders, arms, and palms frigid, shaking with cold. Whole body cold, chilled to the bone. Wind howling, swirling snow, shivering, chattering. And now shift your attention and bring a sense of warmth to the body, as if you were sitting in front of a fire, both feet warm and dry, both knees glowing with heat from the closeness of the fire. Hips and thighs warm and toasty. Abdomen, chest, and back radiating heat. Shoulders, arms, and palms filled with heat. The whole body radiating heat. Sun beating down. Skin prickling with perspiration. whole body warm, lying in the sun. And now rest back in neutral awareness and witness the whole body held in absolute stillness. Feel yourself open and allowing, steady and centered. Rest back, empty, like a blue sky, pure capacity for experience to move through. Every cloud that comes eventually goes. As the sky, you can let it come and let it go. You know this place. It is the part of you that can never be diminished or destroyed. Pure, steady, timeless, like the sky itself. Rest here. Recognize whatever has happened in your life has already gone, already passed. You are here. Just be here in this moment. At this time, allow your body to release what is no longer needed. You don't need to hold it anymore. Give it to the sky to hold for you. Give yourself the permission to enter into the deepest level of relaxation right now. Nothing to do or achieve. Dissolve and disappear into stillness. Open, empty of all doing, all past, all future. Merge into this space. Sensations, thoughts, images, simply floating by like clouds on a clear blue sky. Letting it all gather and dissipate, come and go. Be the space in which it is all. Allow your entire self to respond spontaneously and effortlessly to what I say. I respond to each moment with calm, clarity and conviction. I go to the source that heals all conflicts and restores my health and peace of mind. Establish yourself firmly in faith and trust to receive the grace, protection, and guidance of your higher self within you. The more often you go to your source, the easier it will be to return there and the longer you can stay there. Now you have prepared the base from where you can carry out interactions with life and interpersonal relationships with the integrative power of love and the source within. If you have any area that you feel needs healing, physical, mental, or emotional, allow this light and love to flow into that area now. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense your body resting on the ground. The quality of air as it touches your skin. And gradually you can begin to move as if waking from a restful sleep. Bend your knees, pull them closer to your chest, and rock sideways gently. Take your time. Do not hurry. Turning onto your right side, curl into a fetal position. For a few moments, feel the safety and the comfort and protection of this shape, as though embraced by the womb of existence. And gradually beginning to move And beginning to sit up, keeping your eyes closed. Continue to stay deep, this deep inner experience. Become aware of your body. Bring a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring attention back to your body. And notice how relaxed the body is, how soft the breath is, and silent the mind is, being still. Know that you can easily enter here again and again. When you feel ready, you can gradually open your eyes. This Yoga Nidra is now complete. So as you ease your way out of this Nidra, I'll just offer a few suggestions in whether you choose to shift out of this restful place or not. So if you have time to continue to rest, then just take it easy. You might, if you had some experiences, some observations, some things bubble to the surface, it can be helpful to just journal what your experience was, your observations. You can also, so you can continue to rest if you like. If you are moving into your day and you have things to do, then be sure to be really solidly grounded back in your body, especially if you're going to be getting into a vehicle, entering into traffic. You want to spend a little bit of time really grounding back in, feeling your feet on the earth, maybe even stepping out your feet so you really start to get grounded back in. It can also be helpful to hydrate, have a glass of water or a tea, and maybe a snack just to help bring some attention back into your senses, and this will help you ground back into your body. So just some suggestions on how you can ease out of this practice. And so we will be bringing this class to a close. I just want to offer a few points before we close completely. I'm thankful for your attendance, or whether you're here live or whether you are watching a recording. And we will be offering 2 more of these Yoga Nidra sessions. So in the chat, we have a list of that, and I'm not sure if that gets posted in the recordings or not, but no. So this series contains 3 classes. So this was the first, and it's a free class. And then the next 2 classes in the next consecutive 2 weeks are for a fee, and the fee goes to our scholarship fund. So it's for a good cause and supports the community further. And you can sign up via our Circle, our online community on Circle. And any questions that you might have that you would like to follow up with us or with me, you can send to admin@helixhealingcollective.com. And yes, you can watch any of the previous classes. We've been running a whole series of classes with different teaching collaborators from Helix, ranging from exploring meditation to the developmental stages of the 7 chakra system, to cultivating mindfulness, to ancestral soul healing, and to yoga nidra. These are all different class series that we have been featuring over the last several months with our different teaching collaborators, so you can get a taste for the different teachers and for some of the topics and themes that we are covering, in a way to get to know us and to get to know our program a little bit more. So yeah, feel free to reach out if you would also want to connect more on a one-on-one basis with any one of us teaching collaborators. We're here. You can ask questions. You can ask questions about the Helix training program. So if the program itself is of interest to you, you're welcome to connect with us one-on-one to explore that further. When you check in with us, please include your email with the days and times that are typically best suited for you, so that we can line up that chat. And please be sure to include your time zone and the city or country that you're in. We have a global reach, so it is important that we know where you are so we can arrange that meeting accordingly. Please check us out at our website, which is training.helixhealingcollective.com, or www.helixhealingcollective.com. The next class that we will be having is with our wonderful Diana Kluth, who is guiding the ancestral soul healing. And that class will focus on resolving generational wounds to embrace personal and collective liberation, which is coming up this Saturday. So please tune in for that if that is of interest. And yeah, thank you so much for being here and letting me guide you through this practice. And I wish you a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Bye.